Welcome to Hearts on Fire, a place where faith lights the way. Today we'll tell you 10 things only Americans do that confuse the rest of the world. Americans have a unique culture that can sometimes surprise people from other countries. When outsiders visit the United States or observe American habits, they often encounter behaviors that seem confusing or even amusing. These cultural quirks are normal to Americans, but they can be puzzling to the rest of the world. One of the first things foreigners notice is the sheer size of everything in the U.S., from portion sizes at restaurants to the size of cars and homes. Fast food meals often come with supersized drinks and heaps of fries, something that can shock a European or Asian visitor used to smaller, more moderate servings. Another aspect that raises eyebrows is the tipping culture. In many countries, tipping is optional or minimal, but in the U.S., tipping between 15% to 20% at restaurants is considered standard. Waitstaff rely heavily on tips for their income due to lower base wages. Foreigners are often unsure when and how much to tip, which can make dining out stressful. This practice extends to taxis, hotel staff, and even baristas, making it an unexpected financial and social custom to navigate. Measurement systems also cause confusion. While most of the world uses the metric system, Americans stick to inches, feet, miles, and pounds. Cooking in Fahrenheit instead of Celsius or measuring ingredients in cups instead of grams feels outdated and overly complicated to many. This leads to misunderstandings in education, travel, and even business when non-Americans must convert everything to comprehend everyday situations. The obsession with the American flag is another distinctive trait. It's everywhere, outside homes, in classrooms, on clothing, and even in car decals. For people from countries where nationalism is less overt, this constant display of patriotism can feel overwhelming or excessive. The Pledge of Allegiance recited in schools daily adds to the sense of deep-rooted national pride that might feel intense to outsiders. Americans also drive almost everywhere, even for short distances. In countries with strong public transportation systems and walkable cities, this dependence on cars seems strange. In many parts of the U.S., not having a car means lacking independence. Suburbs are designed around vehicles, and public transit in many areas is limited or non-existent, making driving a necessity rather than a luxury. Sports culture in the U.S. also differs greatly. While most of the world follows soccer or football, Americans are more passionate about American football, baseball, and basketball. The Super Bowl is practically a national holiday, complete with massive parties, special commercials, and halftime shows. Foreigners are often confused by the rules of American football or why it holds such a central role in culture, especially in high schools and colleges. Another behavior that surprises many is how friendly and talkative Americans can be with strangers. Saying, "Hi, how are you?" to a cashier, chatting in elevators, or making small talk with people you don't know is common. While this openness is seen as warm and welcoming by some, others might view it as shallow or unnecessary, especially in cultures where personal space and privacy are highly valued. Then there's the strong emphasis on individualism and personal freedom. Americans often take pride in doing things their own way, being self-reliant and standing out. This can be empowering but also bewildering to people from collectivist cultures, where community and family ties are more emphasized. Decisions like moving out at 18, prioritizing career over family, or even choosing unconventional lifestyles are respected and even celebrated in the U.S. Gun culture in America is perhaps one of the most baffling things for outsiders. The right to bear arms is written into the Constitution, and many Americans view it as essential to their freedom. Gun shops can be found in shopping malls, and it's legal in many states to carry firearms openly or concealed. To people from countries with strict gun control, this is not only confusing but sometimes alarming. Lastly, healthcare in the U.S. is often seen as both advanced and inaccessible. While the country boasts some of the best hospitals and medical technologies, the system is expensive and confusing. The idea that a person might go into debt over a hospital visit is unthinkable in many parts of the world where healthcare is publicly funded. Insurance, deductibles, and copays are all foreign concepts to people used to universal health systems. All of these cultural norms and practices are deeply rooted in American society. They might seem perfectly normal to those who grew up with them, but to outsiders, they can be a source of fascination, confusion, or even frustration. These differences highlight the rich diversity of global cultures and the importance of understanding one another in a world that's becoming more connected every day.